For almost 4 years, I've been working on one particular show. I have gone from a little boy sitting in my bedroom animating planets to having a team of people helping me on a show that really is just a passion project. This show, in particular, is my prized glory, Saturn's Secret.
Man, if my Earthlings ever go to Mars, I hope they treat them better than how they're treating me.
Let's start off with the obvious about what's happened with the show. Let's go to the very first episode of Saturn's Secret. No, not this. Not this one either. This is the first ever episode of Saturn's Secret that was ever uploaded onto YouTube. This episode was likely created in one single day on September 22nd, 2022. This was originally one of 4 episodes that were ever uploaded onto my channel, which were the basis for the first ever iterations of Saturn's Secret. Let's just take a listen to see what I sounded like back then.
I know you've been different lately, Saturn, but that's no excuse for making fun of Uranus for having barely a ring system. Just because you have a bigger one doesn't mean you can make fun of other planets for not having as big as yours.
Oh, what the As you can see, my wording was a bit strange. Yeah, I was like 11 years old, okay? But yes, you came to this video to see how the art style of Saturn's Secret had changed over the years, and I just wanted to show you where it all started. Really, it's recognizable as Saturn's Secret. Dark black eyes that are oval, and really the assets are still very similar, except over time they've just gotten more detailed. If anything matters, Saturn's Secret is the most stable art style of mine that I have ever had. After the 4th episode, which was titled Beauty and Surrounded Venus,
I was just taking a piece of beauty sleep. Why would you think to interrupt me right now?
This is urgent, Venus!
I got burnout, which, looking back on it, makes a little bit of sense. That's how I animated the original Earth Origins Part 2. Animating on 12 frames per second, 1 minute a day, and the assets barely moving, it can get very tiring. I'm currently dealing with a lot of burnout right now with trying to finish a 5-minute episode to get to my animators. But I wasn't done yet. I returned to doing storytime animations for a bit, just to do something new. And finally, a couple months later, I started to animate Saturn's Secret again. Something bigger, something grander, something that is the longest project that is animated fully by myself on my channel. The original Saturn's Secret, as I refer it to, still holds up to this day in my eyes. Whenever I got the chance, I would animate as much as I could, as many frames as possible, and eventually I finished it. I found some no copyright dramatic music off of YouTube and I put it as the background noise. This is where the first major changes start to appear with the assets. Between the length of the pilot episodes and the OG episode, there is an asset change. And the reason is, I had no drawing app other than Flip-A-Clip, and I didn't know how to copy assets, and I just drew everything on a layer, and I couldn't match it up with the outline. So, the assets would switch around a lot. This episode was actually canon to the Saturn Secret series before I took it out. So, currently I'm trying to fix plot holes to characters that didn't even look the same in the old series, and that episode isn't even canon anymore. Oh, we're doing this to myself. Plus, there's a notable change in the eyes. Now, the eyes are still small compared to what they look like now, but the expressions were more defined, and they always really had some expression on their face, which still holds up to this day. Modern day Saturn Secret, which is currently run from 2023 to 2026, has had quite the style change in that time. After I took the OG episode out of the canon, the art style sorta went haywire. Well, I guess haywire in a good way. I learned how to use the art application of Ibis Paint. This gave me access to a wide array of filters and brushes that I didn't have access to on Flip-A-Clip. Eventually, I learned how to export and remove the background, which made the whole animating process 1,000 times easier. In more modern times, aka 2026, I was studying color theory in school, which helped me design some more vibrant thumbnails that you see now. But here is where the first major change happens in what you see with the assets and the eyes. So, You know Saturn's Secret probably best after its Venus Crazy arc, which is a 12-minute long arc about Venus and her PTSD. But if you notice in Venus vs. Luna Part 1, the scene that takes place right after Does Venus Have a Moon, their eyes just look ever so slightly bigger. And that's one of the only scenes that features that. But after that, the eyes just kept growing. Around that time, I was getting back interested into storytime animating, and I saw a lot of animators start popping up. I wouldn't say this directly inspired the growth in the eyes on my characters, but it was probably mentally in there somewhere and I wasn't realizing. Tends to be me. And eventually, we get to Tales of the Gas Giants. Tales of the Gas Giants, formerly Earth Origins Part 1, had the largest art style change of all of my episodes. I wanted to make the planets look younger and smaller and chubbier in a way. So, my first thought was, well, what makes something look like a baby? Yes, bigger eyes. And there you have it. The modern art style of Saturn's Secret, all arranged from the big eyes of Tales of the Gas Giants. And for some reason, they continued. I just really liked how they made the characters stand out. And I worked on facial expressions, and I also worked on hands. And that's what you see today. And that may be the last you see of 2026 Saturn Secret. Yeah, yeah. You're probably hearing this and going, "What? What are you doing, casual?" And it's very valid because I'm thinking the same thing. But I'll be completely honest, having a large team of animators has really slowed down the production of Saturn's Secret, and it's not any of their fault. I did, in fact, discuss this on a live stream, and I'll play the clip here because it really expresses how I feel about the situation and where I want Saturn's Secret to go. Well, maybe I should say the news now. I'm getting very burnt out again. I can't bring myself to finish anything, any project that I have. I think I'm overworking myself with having so many animators, and either I'm gonna have to change the way I run things or get a bigger team because I don't know, man. Don't you worry. This is not the end of Saturn Secret, but I think I want to change the way I produce the episodes. Now, I'm not going to lay off all of my animators because they've worked really hard to get to the level they're at. And there are some who I haven't been able to see their full talent yet. But I think I'll rather change it to whenever I'm burnt out and I just need one small scene filled in, I'll go and consult one of the animators. That's what I did in Tales of the Gas Giants when Uranus and Neptune met, and that's what I shall do in the future. Currently, all five of us are still working to finish the next upcoming episode, but after that comes out in July to August, production like that will be over. Saturn Secret will continue into the future, but not the same. I hope you understand.